What's going on, YouTube? Back again with the Fantasy Blitz show. Got the boy Corey, got the other little brother Kevin, and we got a little producer in the background, KT, a little bitch nigga. He don't want to be on the camera, but we hit back again, talk about that fantasy football, life, all that shit. So for this first episode, we're just gonna go over about what happened our league last season and the winners, some of our surprises, upsets, and some busts and sleepers. So we're going to start off with who won the league last year. If you smell what Frankie J's cooking. Alright, so I'm going to post up on the screen for you guys what the records of all the teams are, the last game and everything. So I did end up playing our boy KT, who's actually producing this thing right now. He came in second place, fell short to me, as you can see on the screen. I know he's really upset. He won it last year. But no need to cry. We'll move on because enough about me. I mean, so we're going to talk about our unexpected teams. No, hater. All right, we're going to talk about some of the expected teams. Kev, I'm going to let you start. What teams give me like one team that we played last year that had a surprising record or sucked bad that you thought was actually going to be good?
In the NFL, right? I'm talking
about in our fantasy league, nigga.
Fantasy league?
Yes, in our fantasy league.
Let's see. Who had a surprising record? I guess Dave. You could say Dave's team.
Yeah, why? What?
Is he OnlyFans?
Yeah, what? OnlyFans?
OnlyFans?
Yeah, that was his team. What'd you see?
Yeah.
Why you think his team was well, you thought it was good or was it bad?
Stafford, Hill, Ayuk, Montgomery, Jones, Andrews, Amon-Ra St. Brown. He probably came on late.
Probably.
And he made the playoffs with that team.
Did he make? Oh yeah, he did make the playoffs, right?
Technically, he shouldn't have because I beat him, but you had the same record. You just had like more fantasy points than me or some shit.
It's the name of the game, baby.
Yeah, it is the name of the game.
Get them points.
You gotta get those points. Obviously, in our league, it's a 12-man league. Each team, the entry fee is $100, so prize goes from $800 to first, $300 for the second place, and then most fantasy points gets their money back. So obviously, fantasy points is definitely the name of the game. So you said OnlyFans, you like his team or you didn't like his team?
It's not that I like or dislike this team. It's the fact that what he had to come through with, like, he didn't have much to work with last year, including his keeper. So he was just like left over with like a junk team, and that's why I was surprised because like everybody had keepers, everybody's like, already have a foundation.
Well, yeah, I mean, he did keep Tyreek Hill though.
I mean, yeah, Tyreek Hill, sure, but like he just first year.
That's your man's right there.
Huh?
Tyreek is your man's right there, right?
Yeah, and Dave's league, it's my boy, dog.
Well, one team I thought was like surprisingly bad was Will's team, bro. So on paper, this man's team looked so stacked. Like I gotta find it right now, but did y'all notice that like on paper, like you remember? Did you see all his wide receivers? He had Julio, he had AJ Brown. He had, when he drafted all of them, actually, DeAndre Hopkins. I was like, bro, what? Then he had Dak, but his running backs were kind of weak. What was his running backs? He had Damian Harris and Zeke.
Ingram.
Yeah.
Damian
I mean, they were okay.
Yeah.
Right? They were okay.
His quarterbacks were
I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but on Yahoo, when you draft, they usually give you a draft grade and everything. So they drafted him. They gave him a draft grade of B, okay, which was pretty fucking good because I don't think anybody in our league probably got higher than an A or an A minus, I should say. And they project him to finish the league as second. You want to know how bad his team was bad? He finished 12th. I could not believe that shit at all, bro. I could not believe that at all. They projected him to be 10-4. I was like, get the fuck out of here. How many wins he end up having? 1. He was 1-12, bro. Oh my god. I was like, bro, that's how you know these analysts or these Yahoo predictions be bullshit. I don't like to follow predictions, honestly. at all. Give me a team that you think, Corey.
Surprising team? I say the final fantasy football team.
Wow, Kev, he's calling your team out. But do you think it was surprisingly not bad, or?
He had like the third. Well, it's different because like he had like the third least amount of points, but he was still 7-6.
Yeah, we're still winning games.
I mean, because you.
But he also had like only like he was third in points against.
What points against? Yeah.
But he had Allen, Diggs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Josh Allen, Diggs, and Waller. That was his whole team.
His problem was running backs.
Yeah, he had no running backs, and then he had a pretty good receiver in Calvin Ridley until. Who knows what happened to that man?
But even then, he had Renfro to take care of that.
Yeah, Renfro did take place for him.
I feel like Waller kind of tailed off those end, but he still had him.
Yeah, he tailed off only because he got hurt. That's pretty much why.
Say him in no flex zone.
Yeah.
My super flex was garbage. That's why.
I mean, your team is
pull
garbage.
around. My running backs my super flex because even I had James Winston, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. Well, I mean, another team I thought was surprisingly good was God's Plan, all right? That's the producer, KT. That's his squad, all right? When he drafted, they gave him a draft grade of C. I was like, this man's team might be garbage, bro. But it ended up having a solid team. And I think the only downfall to his team was the fact that he had way too many Vikings players. How do you have, KT, explain that to me. How do you have 4 or 5 players of the same team on your fantasy squad? You can talk. You can talk. Don't be afraid. If you don't want to talk, it's all right. But
Kirk Cousins sucks. But he's great in fantasy. He's great in fantasy. That's why I always pick him.
My man had Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins, Alexander Madison.
Handicap.
Okay, yes, it's a handcuff, but still.
I had the top.
All right, so that's 4. All right, so that's 4 players from the same squad. He did finish second. He did lose to me.
Yeah, Waddle too.
And then his team was solid, but I don't
still went 7-6.
I can't. Though. I know he went 7-6.
Yeah.
Shit.
I was 2-4, bro. I was like, bro.
Oh, that's why.
Dude, I went
the second most or third most points.
Dude, I won straight out, bro. Like it was crazy.
I didn't even realize that. I didn't realize he was 7-6. I thought he was like 9-4.
No, I started off bad, bro, really bad. Because someone got. Remember, Aaron Rodgers had like 1 point the first game, and I was about to flip out, bro.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Freaking last year, all those records were pretty tight, though.
Yeah,
there was that. Besides no flex zone, who went 11-2, everybody else is pretty much like not that far behind each other.
I don't get how Tony's.
Bro, I went on like a 10-game winning streak, bro. It was crazy.
I guess the points.
No, you don't know. It was it's the
playoffs. I know it's playoffs. Then.
Yeah, the playoffs.
But he had the most points out of it, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. But still.
Or he probably won it.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, like I liked your team a lot, KT, but I can't ride with a squad with 4 players of the same team.
But that's because you always listen to the Yahoo stuff. Like,
no, I don't.
No. Not in the sense of they say don't pick a lot of players from the same team. Like if you're top 3 and like Dalvin Cook was top 3 running back, Justin Jefferson top 3 wide receiver. You gotta pick them. Like it don't matter if they're from the same team.
It do not matter.
I guess.
And Kirk Cousins, I fucking hate Kirk Cousins, but he's like a good.
Not
fan.
that
I mean,
much.
he's relevant. He's relevant when it comes to fantasy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he'll
Definitely
get you like
relevant.
4,000 plus yards.
Y'all want to add any more other teams, or y'all good?
Good for this.
I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, other than my team, I think my team was a surprise also. I had 2 garbage quarterbacks, bro. I was playing with Baker Mayfield and Tua Tagovailoa. I can't even say his fucking name. That's how bad. But the rest of my team was so solid that like it didn't even matter. I ended up drafting Deebo Samuel at the 10th round.
I know, right?
And
That's sad as hell.
and being the savior on my squad, but also ended up drafting Leonard Fournette in the 9th round, which was one of my sleepers, and helped me blow everybody else out the water. With a 9-4 record, I can't complain with that. All right, so let's go move on to the next segment. We're going to talk about just some of the top 10 players that we had last year. For the quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, Matt Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, Dak, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, and Kyler Murray. Now, I am surprised that Joe Burrow was number 8 on the QB list, bro. I feel like that man was killing it all year,
I was surprised that Herbert was number 2.
Herbert was killing it all year.
He was killing it, but I didn't realize it was killing like that.
How many yards did he have? He had over 5,000 yards.
Allen and Williams had both like 1,000 yards.
Touchdown.
Yeah, he had 38 touchdowns. Sheesh. Joe Burrow had 34. I guess only fantasy. By going by fantasy numbers, I guess that's why. But there's no way Joe Burrow was gonna finish 8, bro. I feel like he should have been like 2. Herbert maybe 3.
I don't know. Tom Brady
had 3.
Mahomes,
Yeah.
Stafford.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
didn't
lot.
make sense to me.
It's a lot of people to.
The Bengals.
I was surprised. I was like surprised like that was good for Burrow that he was top 8.
Did they even clinch? Did the Bengals clinch that year? Were they like the last couple seeds though?
What do you mean? They won the division.
They won the division?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They won the division. Cleveland was out.
But they
Baltimore made the wild card. So did
No,
the
Baltimore
Steelers.
didn't make the what?
Yeah, they didn't make the playoffs.
No, Baltimore fell because
Baltimore.
got hurt.
Okay, so yeah, all right, you're right. So Baltimore failed to make the playoffs.
Lamar fucking me over. Kyler fucking me over.
But the Bengals weren't supposed to be that good though coming into the season though.
Nah, man.
Nah, well, because you thought they were too young. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I guess they were pretty good. I mean, Joe Burrow is more than pretty
Joe
good.
Burrow's a god.
That is a god. A man amongst men.
Remember when people didn't want to draft Jamar Chase because he dropped a couple balls?
Yeah,
in
true.
preseason or something
True.
in
All
practice.
those Jamar Chase haters.
Jamar, T. Higgins.
NFL rookie record for what?
Even then, when we get to the running backs, Joe Mixon did a lot better than I thought he did last year.
That's what I was just about to say. So now we're going to go to the running backs. We got Jonathan Taylor at 1, Austin Eckler, Mixon, Najee, James Conner, Ezekiel Elliott, Nick Chubb, Damian Harris, Alvin Kamara, and Antonio Gibson. How is Gibson on number 10 on this list, bro? It's got to be. Maybe this list is
no receiver. He didn't give that much.
We will get to this later, but like James Conner, I was totally wrong. I'll owe you a lot of apologies. I was talking crazy about you.
Talking crazy shit about James Conner. But yeah, they got Antonio Gibson. I guess by fantasy points, he beat Leonard Fournette out by literally 8
But that's all they really have.
He didn't really have any receiving yards this year. His rookie year, he was more of a receiving threat. He wasn't this year.
He caught 42 catches. He had 3 touchdowns. Wait, am I wrong?
Cordell was 9 too, right? I like Cordell.
Antonio Gibson turned it up late in the season. He was doing all right though. He wasn't like garbage or anything.
I feel like Antonio Gibson was hurt, but I guess not. How many games did he miss? He didn't miss that many.
Because I remember some
games.
McKissick. No, McKissick was just catching.
One game.
He literally missed 1 game. I don't know why I thought he like.
Hey, he's due for an injury year.
That's just exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, especially with the new draft picks they got. I don't know.
1,000 rushing yards.
That's crazy to me that fucking Leonard Fournette was in top 10. Especially that Damian Harris was at 8. That man missed, 2 games? Now we just go to let's make it quick and go to the wide receivers. We're not going to go through every position, but just the main ones. So, number 1, you got Cooper Kupp. I am so mad I did not get any shares of him last year, bro. And fast.
Yeah.
But regardless, that man, I'm so
that.
mad I did not reach out for him. And we know he's going to get kept this year, bro. Whoever it is that got him, you got it.
But I think he went like 7 or 6 rounds, something like
Probably. Second, Debo Samuel. Whoo! My team savior, Jamar Chase.
10th round.
10th round. Who picked him up?
No, Debo.
Oh, yeah. 10th round Debo, boy. Let's go. Jamar Chase is a beast. Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Mike Evans at 6, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Mike Williams, and DK. I still don't understand how DK's up on there, bro. DK ended up costing me the fucking the other league I'm in because I after Russell Wilson went down, bro, he wasn't doing shit for me,
free
bro.
DK.
Free. He needs to get free, bro. He needs to get free. Free my nigga, bro.
It's gonna be rough for him.
I don't see no disagreements on this list besides the fact that I'm surprised DK was 10 by fantasy points, I should say.
Tight ends, though. We could talk about tight ends. I was surprised that Andrews was number 1.
Andrews, well, because he had a lot of touchdowns.
But still, Lamar was out.
He still had 1,400 receiving yards.
He had 9 touchdowns. He had almost 1,400 receiving yards. Caught 107 of them.
That's usually Kelsey's award every single year.
That is, usually is. But Kelsey, what?
And Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz was third.
200 less.
Cowboys. Dalton
And
Schultz
missed
third.
one game, and fucking Mark Andrews played all the games. Yeah, so Andrews at 1, Kelsey at 2, Schultz at 3, George Kittle,
Got
Gronk.
Schultz on the wire.
Gronk retired, man. That one sucks. Cause I was thinking about maybe trying to get him as like my second tight end if he stayed.
I don't think he's gonna be retired for that long.
You think so?
I think he'll come back like week 6
That's
or
gonna
something.
be stupid. Dawson Knox at 6, Hunter Henry, Dallas Goedert, Kyle Pitts, and Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz is one of my sleepers, bro.
Zach Ertz,
That man is still got it. That man still got it. I don't care what
because
nobody.
he didn't really play in the beginning of the year until he got traded to the Cardinals. And went to the Cardinals and went on.
That's true.
Cardinals not gonna have Hopkins, so
Yeah, because fucking Jalen Hurts and that Eagles offense was a little slow to start there, bro.
He knows what he's doing. I tell you that much. Even with the last year with Zach Ertz, and now he went and got Hollywood. Like, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's definitely trying to win games. He's not playing games in Arizona.
things with the Cardinals, they'll be the hottest team for the first 8 weeks, and then they're just gonna shit the bed.
And then I don't know what happens.
For the
to
past
them, bro.
2 years, they've been doing this. Thank you a lot, Kyler Murray.
No, he gets hurt, and then when he comes back, somebody else is out. Because like even when Hopkins went down, they lost that game to Green Bay. When
Hopkins is out the first
6.
6 games of the year, right? Or 6 or 4 games.
But for this coming year,
Yeah.
6.
He played
I get the field
4
apparently.
games
He
this
said
whole season.
they're trying. He said that.
Oh,
he
last
didn't
year,
know
how many
about it.
games did he play last
played
year?
like 4.
No, I think he played in like 6.
No, he played. He was out in and out the whole season.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
played at least
he
6
got that
games.
rib injury, and then he got the hamstring or some shit.
Even if it was 6, like he was hurt for like a couple of those.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. 'Cause that's why he didn't even make the top 10 list, because he was hurt.
And that's why Will did shitty.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Hold on, I just saw it. He played in 10 games.
Yep.
He played 10
Yes.
games.
Out of 17.
17.
Yeah, true. He missed 7 games. But at least that means he played half the season. But
Sure, but his numbers was hurting. But he did 8 touchdowns in 10 games.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's
Exactly. That's what? Like, nigga, you play 7 more. How many more touchdowns you about to put on?
Exactly.
It's like a solid number 2.
Yeah. I mean, for this year, I mean, the fact that he's going to miss those 6 games, I would probably draft him, but he'd probably definitely be like my number 2 receiver. He wouldn't be the first one I would take off the
It's gonna be
board.
interesting to see how early it goes.
Yeah,
or
that's
how
what
late
I'm
it goes.
interested in
I
seeing,
feel
how
like he's
early or
gonna
late.
fall.
He's got to fall, no?
But
All
somebody's
right.
gonna see that name and it's like, I'm taking.
So besides, those are the leaders of last year's. I'm so souped about the next year coming. I'm trying to win that chip again. Till then, this is still on my shoulder. Fuck you niggas. Fuck what y'all heard. All right.
Guaranteeing a win.
So now we're gonna talk about some busts. The biggest bust that we thought was last year. So I'm gonna go with you. See what you got for bust.
All right, for my bust, I have Trey Sermon. There's a lot of talk of him being like the number 1 running back coming out for the 49ers, and then Eli Mitchell comes
That's
and
an
takes
emotional pick, by the
everything.
way.
There you go. He's definitely doing that off emotions, bro. I think that hit.
This is all based on my team. All my
He
bust.
hurt, bro. He
Second, Julio Jones.
So yeah. Man.
Where you at, man?
Julio, where you at?
I thought you were going to do big things. You had A.J. Brown across from you, could single coverage.
Exactly.
But you couldn't stay healthy. Thanks a lot, nigga. Washington defense.
But yeah, it was a bust, right?
Yeah, because everybody thought coming in they're just going to get all the sacks.
Yeah, but towards the end of the season, they were actually like top 5 in run defense, though.
Towards the end of the season. Beginning of the season, they're just getting lit up.
Yeah, they were getting
Lit the fuck up.
Mhm.
Miles Gaskin.
Boy, I should have put him on this fucking list. You're right. I totally forgot
I just
about
thought
that,
just
man.
because he'll get the volume, but not even that. No.
I think that team was
you couldn't
just-
beat out Malcolm Brown.
Malcolm. Yeah, that's true.
Serious, bro.
That's true.
But he had like 2 like big games.
Savon Ahmed, Malcolm Brown,
Yeah.
Johnson.
And I remember you were so high on Miles Gaskins too.
I wasn't high,
bro.
but I thought he'd be solid. I thought it'd be like a safe thing, like he'll get 15 carries,
Yeah,
5
but
catches.
you could be good as like a RB2, RB3 for you.
No.
That's what I thought he was gonna be high for you.
And then my last bust, he's really to me he was, but Ayuk.
Ayuk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the hype was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Debo came and took all that shit away.
He's supposed to be like
Once
a more
again,
polished
thank you,
receiver.
Debo Samuel, if you're watching, thank you.
Yeah, but
Let's
those
go
are
get a
my
beer
busts.
sometime. I got you. I got you. So that's your bust. I mean, yeah, like I said, most of these lists that we're going to have for the busts and sleepers are our opinions, and some of them are going to be emotional driven.
Well, because the other way to think about it was like just injuries, and I wouldn't say like Hopkins
Exactly,
was a
bust because he was injured. No, I completely understand that.
Yeah.
Kev, give me
or
some
Henry
of
or something like that, or McCaffrey.
Kev, let me see some. Let me hear some of the busts you got.
Okay, I'm gonna start off with. I'm gonna say Saquon.
Okay, why?
Because just like the production was not there. Now you could, like, the reason why I say bust is because his ADP was like so high. Everybody's like, oh, you're still gonna take Saquon in the first or second round because you know what he could do.
Yeah.
Regardless of coming back from his ACL tear or not. But he only missed 4 games, and those games he played weren't even like the most productive games anyway. He only had like 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns, 500 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So, like, why am I wasting a first round or a second round pick on somebody who didn't even give me anything? You know what I mean?
And he finished RB34. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. And I could have just got somebody else in a later round instead of getting Saquon. Like, it's some fake value. That's like me being cautious. Like, I'd probably do some shit like draft one of these guys and trade them before the season starts just because of the hype is there next time they talk their name up.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous for somebody to get drafted that high and then, not even produce. Like, no. Like, what games did you win? They said he averaged 8.3 fantasy points per game. What game you could have drafted Myles Gaskin.
At that point, yep, you damn right.
You don't want that. You don't want that on you.
And he had like 1 or 2 20-point games. So
because I think the one game Myles Gaskin went off was against like the Buccaneers or something like that.
Yeah,
and,
I think that was the only
I'm pretty
game.
sure he was on my bench because the Buccaneers' run defense is wild.
Yeah.
But he caught like 10 passes.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett, yeah.
Oh my God.
Who else you got, Kev?
So, okay. I'm going to go into I'm going to say Calvin Ridley, 1, just because it needed to be said.
Mind you, he is a fucking Falcons fan.
That's a bust, bruh. I drafted you with high hopes. I drafted you with the first 3 picks that I had, thinking that you're going to go off this year because now they got Kyle Pitts. Safety's going to be scared. You're going to get a lot of one-on-ones. You know what I mean? Nope. I'm not going to London because I got personal issues.
Well, I mean,
He's doing a little gambling, man.
Yeah, you just wanted to gamble, all right? Let the
A
man
little
be a
gambling.
gambling man.
Like, that's the biggest
Well, 1,500.
yet. And the second one after that is OBJ.
Why? How was he? I mean,
how's he a bust?
I mean, granted, beginning of the year, because
not
in
that it's his
Cleveland.
fault, but the whole bullshit in Cleveland, that's ridiculous. I should never, as a fantasy owner, I should never have to go through some bullshit like that. But Ridley and OBJ. That's the reason why I put them on the needed to be said list, because that's fucking bullshit. You're not going to play because you have personal matters. OBJ wants out of Cleveland, and his father is telling him, is throwing up videos.
His father was telling the truth.
Yeah, his father was speaking up the truth, though.
Big deal. Odell looked like a bad guy. Now they want Odell out of Cleveland. Odell's not playing any games now. Somebody need to pick up his contract. I don't know how many games he was out, but that's fucking lame, bro. Like, what? When did this happen when we were growing up? When did Randy Moss and who else were like big name receivers? Like, you know what I mean? When did this happen? Even
Randy Moss went from the Vikings to the Raiders to the Patriots.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
To the 49ers to the Vikings to the Titans.
Kev, you're going to have to go to your next one because we're short on time, brother.
All right, yeah. But another one, I'm going to have to say Allen Robinson because you can't just skip names like that. Allen Robinson, shit show in Chicago, and then Miles Sanders, too. Like,
Hey, man.
like
Yeah,
how
Miles
you-
Sanders, that's definitely one of the biggest busts. The man did not score 1 rushing touchdown last year. You know that? The man
Nope.
did not score 1 rushing touchdown last year.
Nope.
Bruh.
I'm pretty sure the quarterback had more rushing yards than him.
Of course. Fucking Jalen Hurts. All right, so I'm going to speed through some of my busts. My number 1, is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. This man has been nothing but a disappointment, bro. All right? Sure. Mind you, he only played 10 games last year. I understand he was hurt, but the man came to... We all thought that this man out of LSU caught all these passes and was going to do work with Pat Mahomes. Nope, haven't done shit yet. And what is this, his third year? The man only had 2 catching touchdowns last year and targeted 23 times. Like, god damn, bro. Like, if I spent my draft capital on him in like the 3rd round and he didn't produce for me, I'd be so tight. 4th, I'd be like, okay, I spent a 4th, whatever. Just to piggyback again, Saquon Barkley, I agree with you. The man had only 2 rushing touchdowns. That's sad. Another one for me is Christian McCaffrey. Okay, I'm sad to say, but I think the man is injury prone. I think every year he's gonna get hurt. It's just to the point that I don't think he's worth the draft capital anymore. He's not worth a 1st rounder anymore. You get him in 2nd round, okay. 1st round, I don't think he's worth it at all, bro. He only played 7 games, but the man is always hurt. I think last year was his only like really good season where he had played over 15 games. Another one was Lamar Jackson. He didn't have a terrible season, but the man did throw 13 picks. All right, only 2 rushing touchdowns versus the last 2 seasons he had 7 each, and he only had 2 this year or last year. That's a problem for me. And last year people were picking him up in like the 3rd round, if that, for Lamar Jackson. Now I guarantee you he's probably going in the 5th, bro. Not gonna lie. And the last one is just Darren Waller. All right, he finished tight end 18. Started off strong, but then I know he got hurt. But 2 touchdowns, and the fact that he didn't miss too many games, but only 2 touchdowns, man. My man Zach Ertz went to a new team, had more yards and touchdowns than Darren Waller, bro. Like, what? And no one drafted Zach Ertz. If they did, he was like at the back end of the whole thing. But no one drafted him, and you're going to tell me my man Zach Ertz finished higher tight end because he had more yards and more touchdowns and went to a new team. Like, come on, bro. He was just a bust for me for that. All right, we're going to finish this off with just our sleepers that actually broke out last year. I'll go first. Leonard Fournette. I already said it. Finished RB7. Actually, 11, I should say. Played in 14 games, bro. Even though those games he got hurt, he made up for games where he scored 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, bro. I think that's another reason why I won my league because of that. And he actually was a big part of that catching game out of the backfield. He got targeted 84 times. So I'm like, go ahead. Debo, another one. Again, helped me out. 8 rushing touchdowns, 6 receiving touchdowns. So my man had 14 touchdowns in total last year, bro. And 1,400 yards off of only 77 catches. I don't think anybody's done that, bro. I don't think anybody's done that. Another one is Hunter Renfrow. 9 catching touchdowns. I think he's a solid position wide receiver, but now with Devontae Adams there, I don't even know. Honestly, he probably did that well because the injury to fucking Waller, but at least he stepped up, and the man averaged 10 yards a catch. So he's he was balling for that. And the last 2 would just be T. Higgins and Cordell Patterson. We already know about Cordell. Man had 6 rushing and 5 catching touchdowns. Kind of similar to Debo. And T. Higgins, he played 2 games less than last year and still had 6 touchdowns. All right? Just remember that. So I think if Jamar Chase regresses, bro, T. Higgins actually might ball. Go ahead, Corey. Some of your sleepers that broke out.
You took a lot of mine.
Yeah.
But I have Eli Mitchell.
Eli Mitchell.
He was a waiver wire, and he went crazy for the 49ers.
That's true.
James Conner. He did really well last year. I just did not expect that.
You better apologize to that man.
Yeah, no, my fault, bro. And Jalen Waddle. He had a lot of fucking catches too.
Yeah.
So
bro.
like half PPR, and he can like take a slanted distance.
Especially with Tua throwing him the ball, and Tua missed like 6 games, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kev. What sleepers you got that broke out last year?
A lot of you guys already said most of mine, but I'm gonna throw like maybe 2-3 names in there. Michael Pittman, to me, was like a phenomenal sleeper at the draft pick that you could have got him from.
Yeah.
he played all 17 games, 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Like, you couldn't complain. You know what I mean? Compared to his last year's stat, he didn't really do a lot. But
It's only gonna go up.
Huh?
He's only gonna get better, Matt Ryan.
Yeah, exactly. It only gets better. So like, you look out for him to do big things next year. Another one, Elijah Moore. He's another one like T. Higgins. He got 6 touchdowns, and Elijah Moore didn't even start until like week 5 or something like that. Like he went off when with Mike White, and then maybe like towards the end of the season it was a little bit of a drop off, but it was clear that he had a role in that offense and that they really wanted him to be someone. And like you guys said most of mine, but another name you could throw in there if you want was Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, that man out of nowhere, bro.
End of the season went crazy.
Like, that was do what he did in that Detroit offense. That was a lost cause in the beginning of the season in the first place.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
I like Detroit this year, man.
I like Detroit. They definitely taking the right step in that rebuild, bro.
Yes.
You know, they drafted well. That Amon St. Brown definitely has the talent. They still got Hawkinson, so we'll see what that team can do, honestly. I think it's just more about that culture and seeing what they can actually want to, like, prove themselves, you know what I mean?
They're in a lot of games.
Yeah, they were. They were in a lot of games. Some of them they could have won, and they literally fucked up the last, like, minute.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Lions.
All right, but that's going to be it for episode number 1. You guys come back, check out with us for episode number 2, all right? Once again, it's your boy Frankie J, Corey, Kevin, and that bitch nigga KT in the producer in the background. All right, this is Fantasy Blitz Show. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.